Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Banished with the Colonial Charter mod, as I'm sure you're aware. Well, you've probably clicked this thinking it's Banished with the Colonial Charter mod. Unfortunately, I'm going to deliver. Now, I left you last time around on the horns of a dilemma, and that dilemma was, am I going to let 22 nomads into the town? Well, last time we let nomads into the town, they caused an outbreak of something pretty unpleasant, and as a result, people died. Quite a lot of people, but, you know, not a huge number. Now, since that point, you all follow the series anyway, and if you're not, go and follow the rest of the series, for crying out loud. But yes, the last time around, they killed off a couple of people in the town, which I was not thrilled about, and the only reason I'm considering it, even in the most remote of fashions right now, is because recently most of the town was wiped out. So, what to do? No, they can sling their hook. I was considering it. I gave it more consideration than just pressing the get out button might otherwise imply. Let's get the game moving again, otherwise we'll be here forever. Yes, I was considering it because it would have been a pretty significant investment in the future of the town, but frankly, we're going to stay the course. Nomads are nothing but trouble, and I'm an inclusive kind of a guy, but when it comes down to it, no to nomads. Anyway, here's all the places that are still shut down. We've been working on furnace fuel. This sawmill is now up and running, so I need another woodcutter on duty because, well, firstly, woodcutting, as is regularly pointed out to me, is a renewable source of income, theoretically, because trees regrow, and therefore it's a good thing to actually trade. If we look at the trade list we've got here, what have we got? Broccoli is renewable. Beeswax candles are renewable, as is chucky and chickpeas. Actually, I'm equally using this as a food storage kind of setup at the moment. And I've got 300 firewood waiting to be sold, along with some fish. See, this is all good stuff. Some furniture for stone meat. I've actually got no. That's your desired number, you wally, and that's the number you've actually got. Okay, so I got a bit of honey, and I got we got 40 of the 5,000 desired silver pfennigs. Got some pottery on the go. Anyway, you get the idea. So yes, having enough fuel to keep everybody chipper during the long winter months, while at the same time being able to supply my furnaces with fuel. Fuel refinery, there we go, see, firewood, happening, turning it into furnace fuel, which means that I can get my brickmaker back in business, who is a kilnman. Now, a kilnman's also... No, they're not. That's... sorry, I was wondering... It's glassmakers I'm thinking of. I was wondering if it was the same title for both. Anyway, first job of the day, enough of this frippery, is we're over here at the llama camp, and apparently I'm going to have a tough time. See, I'm not given the ability to split my llama herd because I do not have enough llamas to split. Thank you very much, commenter, whose name eludes me, and so you will be known as the Archbishop Reverend Tutu. Yes, not enough llamas in stock to actually split up. So that means I'm getting a very small number being turned into slightly orange-appearing stains at the butcher's just outside. So fundamentally, what I think I'm going to try and do is turn these two animal pens into one, which will mean deleting both and then relaying them, while transferring these happy-go-lucky chaps into a brand new pen, which will be somewhere nearby. Let's have a quick look and see what we can do here. Let's a standard pasture. Now the question is going to be whether I can get an accurate view on exactly how much space I'm using here. Right, there we go. Look, yeah, see, there, something like that. Can we... you can't go that far. So, actually, there you go. 11 by 19. That should be adequate llama provision. I should say, and that will get me a fairly hefty quantity of llama folk. And actually, I noticed the kind of the shed end there is next to this bit of road that's only got a gap next to it. So let's plumb that in as well. I'm all for a little bit of neatness and order, as much as it may appear otherwise. Now, another thing that I want to do in the nearish future is see these funky looking townhouses. I quite like them. You know, they're very modernist in nature. So I mean, you know, we got a couple of oddities going on in terms of townhouse layout. No, maybe I'll leave them alone. Maybe, but I might reshape those in the future. Anyway, we're up to 11 labourers now, and that's a good thing because it means I can put more people back to work. Let's get a. What do we want? Do we want a shoreman, or should we start? No, let's start getting some bricks up and running again. Actually, am I making clay? I'm pretty sure I've got a clay shoreman operating. Although, why I would choose one out here when there was one relatively close to the... yeah, not you. Let's send you, and let's turn that off as well. And while I'm about it, let's turn that one off. And we'll get my shoreman working slightly closer to the business side of things. There you go, he's chosen that one. Digging more clay. Good lad. That's probably set me back a couple of minutes in terms of him actually getting up and running. But it does mean that with the brickworks nearby, which is this one. No, that's the refinery. It'll be that. No, it'll be that one. There you go. It should get done a little quicker. Now, with bricks in store, I can start to look at more exciting buildings. However, what's just caught my eye is the lack of iron we have on the go. Miners. One miner. Let's up the tempo on that and put 3. Oh, actually, with the labourers I've got at the moment. There we go. Let's fully stock the mine, just for the time being, until I've built that back up, and then I might treat those guys to some time working as a stonecutter. Lucky devils. So we're in a little bit of a holding pattern while the population rebuilds, because I've got a lot of jobs that need refilling, but I'm hoping that by the time everything is back in order, that we'll be able to kind of surge forward. So, I mean, look, we're low on wood again, so I'm going to put 5 more people on foresting, because I'm not mucking about. I think we'll set 5 labourers as the hard bottom cap for the time being. That should cover any kind of interstitial deaths that occur. That being, you know, people dying of old age or people who work in the quarry getting crushed by a rock. And that should, yeah, I mean, that should give us... Have I closed... Did I just close that window? Yeah, you're flipping amateur hour. Get that... Yeah, we want that open as well. We want... And that one. And where's my list of things? No, not that. It's in here. I'll find it. I will find it. There we go. No, yes, that one. That one? No, that one. Yeah. Good. Amazing what happens when you click enough buttons. Okay, so the basic goal is once this, and we're getting close here. Where are we up to? You need a few logs, and then there's some building to do. And I'm using both of my builders on this operation. Is control my mood swings in terms of getting carried away. Right, okay, Sunshine, what are you packing? And only build 1 or 2 things at a time. Marble statues, how totally thrilling. Gold ore. See, gold ore, 10 sells. Buy it for, and I can sell guilders at 10. So there's no point in doing that just to work it and then make 0 profit out the other end. What else do I got? Salt? No, I'll find my own. I don't need any of this stuff. I don't need it. This is Al Frederick, the fabric and fibres trader. Sounds like a grand profession for anyone to have, but he can get out. Hope you don't run into any ice flows, friend. One person is looking for a house. Why? I had housing enough for 120, 130 people. Plus, I've got... Why are you people doing in town lodging? Do I need to start, you know, putting some eviction notices in this burg? What's that we're short of? Amount of stored fuel. Blimey, we are low on fuel. I mean, does anyone know how much furnace fuel, you know, actually converts standard fuel type fuel? Because it does seem to blow through it at a rate of knots. Now, admittedly, I am heating a lot of houses, and we are still somewhat understaffed in other areas. But my goodness, the forestry chap does the woodcutter. That's the fella. He does seem to blow through it in no uncertain terms. Right, what's that? Schoolhouse, 16 students. Excellent. So we've got one 84-year-old hunter occupying this house. Well, that's good, because that will be... yes, that's perhaps excessive. What else have we got? There you go. Look, this is empty. Hey, everybody, you can move in here. And what's this one? Yeah, you see, I mean, there should be plenty of opportunity for people to go and make a house of their own. Alright, okay, fuel's going back up again. Wood is still static, despite me injecting labour into the proceedings. Right, here we go. Llamas. Yes. 13. Okay, that seems a bit more reasonable. Right, now, you chaps. How's about if we empty that from this pasture? Capable of holding... Yes, let's do that. Alright. Llama herd, move out. Next door, if you please. Hello. There you go. 7 of 13. They're just... They haven't quite realised it here yet. And so I'm going to convert this, because obviously I wanted to keep the llama pasture relatively close to the llama murdering department. While at the same time I want to... I guess I'm going to have to remove both of these in order to set it up to be my grand sheep visage. I know it's an inappropriate use of the word visage, I just fancied it. Right, removal and destruction tools. I mean, I'm wary about removing this pasture while there's a fella still working here. Let's hold fire on that for a moment. In here, nothing. No, don't work. There we go. That's what we want to do. Don't work. Get my llamas over here. It says there are 7 in there. Do we trust it? I suppose we do. There you go. Here I am. She's turned up. She's wearing a good outdoor activity skirt. I'm confident. Right, let's delete these pastures and remove structures. Does this count as... I would have thought this would count as a structure. Right, let's get rid of both of those. I'm sure someone in the comments will say to me, well, you didn't actually need to do that. You could have done something clever that wasn't obvious. Actually, while I'm on removing structures, let's get rid of that path. Although I'm not sold on that actually being the... We'll see. Okay, right. Well, when the building crew gets up to speed, they'll tell me pretty quickly whether that was the right thing to do or not. How's food? Food's looking good. Excellent. Right, I can put... what have I got? I got 3 spare people. Wow, how exciting. Metal's going up as well. And I am going to go check in on the mine in a sec just to see that it's keeping pace with... no, not that it's keeping pace. That I've actually got enough metal left in there to keep up with demand for a bit. Because what I don't want to do is run out of tools. I've seen that before, and it's not a pretty sight. Is someone assigned to get rid of this road? How does one remove that? Oh, hold on. What's this one? Remove roads. Yeah, get rid of that, and then I can plan out my sheep farm for when Captain Sheep finally delivers that which I have sent him to figure out and arrange. Okay, 3 spare people, so I could potentially... No, it's too soon. I was thinking about getting wheat to milling to bread back up and running, but no, I think that's premature. And we're okay for food at the moment. How many chickens are we packing in here? 21. Splendid. Look, you're just getting distracted by stuff. Put more people to work. Tough to know what's actually going to come in useful here. Let's put a... Do we want another kiln person? Let's go and have a look at the supply. I mean, I'm building bricks to no real end at the moment. Where are we? Clay, 21 waiting. How much have you got in your shed? No, it's the refinery. It's next door. 45 in the shed. I think this is a job for the town hall to tell me how much we've actually got going on. Production... Yeah, there we go. Bricks. Sort by... Could we possibly? No? Production over the course of the year. No bricks on this list. I'm not sure I trust that. Inventory. Sort by name. Otherwise I'll never find it. Bricks. 70 bricks in store. That's pretty good. I can build a couple of things with that. Brick is the future of the town. Or maybe glass is. No, let's go bricks. Let's get another brickmaker in. Who is the kilnman. And to keep him in laughs and ha, we'll add another shoreman to that party, who obviously is selected to go and dig some sand instead. No, you will not dig the sand, you will dig the clay. Clay digging, that's what I want from you. And actually, I mean, look, we've been going here for, well, where are we? 15 minutes, I guess. We've already added 15 to our adult population while replacing all of those with children. So, growth-wise, things look pretty rosy. The challenge I'm going to have, and in fact, I'm going to stick another... Where are we? Forester. I'm going to stick another forester to work because, for reasons that I'm sure are pretty obvious, I do blow through wood. Like, you just closed the window again, didn't you? Stop doing that. It was fucking stupid window closing idiot. There we go. Ah, right! You there. Are you the sheep merchant? Speak to me, sheep merchant. No, you're the dead things merchant. Go away. Or do we want to... Actually, you know what? Let's get some whale meat in. I'll take all of it. Right? And you can have some of my broccoli. There we go. That's a fair trade. And then my people will feast on whale, while there are still whales to feast on. Love me a whale steak. Right, okay, where are we? 6 labourers. What shall I set one of those to? I mean, the official brings in a little bit of silver, which it certainly doesn't do any harm. But I don't think is really going to contribute in the grand scheme of things at the moment. I mean, it's all tradable, which is helpful, but where else are we underutilized right now? We can make some wine. Although I'm not convinced that making wine is going to yield much productivity increase among the townsfolk. Right, let's get this sheep pen up. Yeah, look at the size of that. That's like that's like sheep empire. I thought it was working. There we go. 8 by 30. All right. Well, I'll build 74 wood. That's a lot of wood. I'm going to build it. Not because it's the greatest design ever, but firstly, it's got good proximity to the sheep recycling plant here. But more than that, I'm interested to know if we can actually get something that kind of skinny to pay off. And certainly harvesting these rocks that are in the way, that's not going to do me any harm in the slightest. I mean, do I want to be building more houses? Is that what I need to do? The butcher living with 2 students. That sounds healthy. What have we got now? Builders, yes. Well, is that 2 separate builders, or am I just repeatedly clicking the same? I'm repeatedly clicking the same bit. All right, okay. Who's in the roof? No. Funky looking building. Well, which floor? You're on level 2. What's on level 1? Oh, it's got a shop on level 1. It's a bakery. Right, okay, fine. Oh, hold on. Bit of death going on. Farmer, old age, sad. Forester, old age, I'm, gutted. But this should allow yet further breed. And there, you see, we're up from 54 to 72 in the space of 20 minutes. So that's brilliant. And that's also, cause to be a little bit wary that we don't stretch too far. Right, we've got llama production back on the go again. You can see junior llama here. Excellent. Right, so I need to be thinking in a longer term sense, I think. Now we've got some town growth here, by which extra chickens. Love me some bonus chickens. By which I mean getting some more housing into this kind of central, as it will be. If I zoom right out here, so this is our functional town centre for the moment, right? And the plan, the plan that was kind of half-heartedly started to be developed was to make this kind of centralised hub here with the governor's office and the town hall next to each other, and a barn or 2 next door. Plenty of storage going on there. And the goal being to expand willfully outward from this area into making this the kind of the next centre of operations, so to speak. Mr. Potter could do something with some of the clay. All right, how much clay did we have before? We've got 1,900 clay. Pottery, ho! Good trade, good pottery. Get to work. All right, good. Yes, pottery, totally, all about that. Stone, how are we looking? Okay, forestry, still more required. Bloody foresters, they'll be the death of me. It doesn't seem to matter how many of them I put to work. They're always flaming slacking. I've even gone to the extent of building some of them houses to live in. Obviously, no, look, here, see... They've got their own shed in which to, have a happy time while foresting. Anyway, look, that's about all I'm going to cover for today, because progress has been made, and I feel like we're very much back on an even keel, and that the downtime in between the rapid fire deaths that we all enjoyed not so long ago, and back in business, I feel that we're in a good place to be fully up and running again pretty swiftly. And in fact, I mean, probably when we pass 80, I need to start thinking about upping the amount of farming going on again, to ensure that I don't bump up against starvation like I almost did previously. So tune in next week and we'll do some of that. I feel like this has been relatively positive. Let's just check in on the potential sheep farm. And our survey says 16 sheep can live there. Well now. Good. Right, so now all I need is a sheep delivery, and we'll be, neck deep in wool and other salubrious goods of some sort or another. Thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Why are you short on what? You haven't got any furnace fuel. These guys, they go through firewood like there's no tomorrow, and still fail to actually deliver as much as I need. I need to figure that out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.